Welcome back everyone. We're in the Giants editor today. I'm Jewel and we're going to do a video tutorial of how to name your map in Notepad++ so that when you're starting your game in FS22 you see it, the name of the map there, and this is the second step of our editing the Elm Creek map tutorial. So basically I did a step one showing you how to make the map, the sample mod map. So a real quick recap is going to be about that. You open this up after you get your Giants editor installed, and if you don't know how to do that, go look at my channel and find the one that has Giants editor, Notepad++, and Paint.net, how to get them. And you need those three things to do it. But you can have other programs, but those are the three I'm using. And you're gonna go under File, and you're gonna click on New Mod from Game. Click on it, and then this is a drop down list. You're gonna go to whichever map you want out of these three. I'm gonna pick US, and then you would hit OK, and it's gonna come up to this. And once it does, we did this on the first step, step one, but I'm just doing a quick recap so it makes sense to you. So you're gonna basically click here, take the information away up till the /, and then you're going to name your map. So basically you would write whatever you want to call your map. And in my case, on the other one I made, the one I'm making, Jules Peaceful Valley, I would put that. But in this case I'm not going to put anything because this is just a recap. On the other step one video I made, you can look back in the playlist to find it. I basically called it Farm Sim 22 test map, something like that. So that's what you would just type it in there, leave the / right there, and click OK, and then it's going to load it in your documents folder in a My FS22 mods folder. It's going to create one for you. You don't even have to create it. It'll be there when you get there. So we're going to cancel this because I don't need it. I was just showing you. And this, we don't even really need the Giants editor open right now. Because it's just open, we're not doing anything yet. But we're going to go on to the File Explorer. Click on here. Now I'm already open to it, but I want to show you. You would basically go in your list and you would click on Documents, and then you would click on FS22 mod folder, because that's where your map was put. This got created as soon as you said OK to that map thing in Giants editor. You're going to click on this, double click to open it, and as you can see, Farm Sim 22 test map. And I'm going to go ahead and cut it and move it to the mods folder of the games. So we're going to go under My Games, and that's under Documents. You can see it up here as your path if you don't know how to do that. You know, you got your PC, which you don't even got to mess with that. It'll be there. Documents, My Games. So we're going to go to FS22. Click on Mods once to highlight it. Right click on it. Click Paste. And, oh, I already pasted one in there apparently. It says replace them or skip these or whatever. I'm going to put let me decide. Okay, so it's showing that. Must be a different one in there. Unless I already have one. I'm just going to click cancel for now. And go on in there and see. Yeah, I already put it in there. So I had already moved it. But basically, if you didn't want to cut it from there and you want a backup copy, you would, when you open this and you go under the mods folder, let me go back so you can see it better. When you go under the mods folder here and you click on this, you can just click copy and not cut. Okay, and then you can, once you do that, you come into your Documents, My Games, Farm Sim 22, click on Mods, right click, and then click Paste. It would be there if I had done so, which I've already moved it there. I forgot about that. So now, once you get it in here, you would be able to use it in game at that point because you put it in your mods folder. And if you haven't already unzipped your folder, so basically when you first get the map in here, it would be zipped up probably. So I don't know if I put that in the last episode or not, but if not, let's pretend that this is a zipper on it and it's zipped up. All you would do is click on it, or you could make a new folder and put it in it. So let me show you that. You could click off of there, click on the new folder, just call it anything, just call it test, and then leave it there, and then open it. And then, you know, if you already had clicked on your other file, so we'll go back to this to show you. So you can click on this, cut it from here, click on here on the test folder, open, paste this in. Now pretend it's zipped up. It's not, but pretend it is. Then you would click on it to highlight it like this. Then you would right click on it, and then when you would find where it says extract all, which it's not there because it is unzipped, but if it wasn't unzipped, there would be an option that says extract all. Then you would click that wherever you found it. It could be a drop down list, it could be wherever you're, you know, send to. We could compress it, and this would make it compressed again, but that's the zipper folder that you would see, and it basically needs to be unzipped. So this one is unzipped, so just click on extract all and it would unzip it, and then you could delete the zip folder if you wanted or whatever. And then once you double click on this, you got all this stuff in here. But we're going to leave it there for now, and we're going to go on back to my games, and I already have it in there. So basically your whole point is to put it in here so that you're ready to go. So when you test in your map and you're working in the Giants editor, you can go ahead and test it in game. If you're not testing in game, you're going to have problems because you're going to make a mistake in Giants editor and not be able to know it because you're not checking it in game. And you don't want to keep transferring it in and out of the mods folder. So I just put it in the mods folder and leave it there. So it's in here. We're going to work on it from here. We're going to go ahead and come into this. We clicked on the map, that the one we made as in step 1 of the video, that's the beginner's episode of showing you how to get the map to edit, which is Elm Creek. And we're going to go ahead and show you these. This is the preview. This would be a picture of when you come in game and you see the background of whatever map you're going into. It shows you all whatever they took the picture of, like maybe a barn or whatever they took the picture of for that map. That's where this is, and you would do this in Paint.net. We're not going to do it right now because I've not done anything on a map, the map, so we haven't made anything to take a picture of, but I'm going to just show you how you would do it in case you already have and you're ready for that step. So basically you're going to highlight it, and we're going to do the name one in the mod desk in just a moment, so stay tuned if that's why you're here. Alright, so right click and you would do open with Paint.net. Click it and it's going to open it, and this would be where you would take your screenshot you made and paste in here. Now this one for some reason looks like it's upright, and the other ones for 19 was like this, so I'm not sure if we would have to rotate that or not. I haven't messed with it yet, but if you do, you would just have to research it and see how you would flip it and whatever. It should be pretty straightforward. Probably just look under the different things and find an area that tells you can do that, like rotate or what have you. We could try it. Well, that's not what I wanted. Let's undo that first. If you make a mistake, just click undo. Flip. That's not, they just doing the words. I don't want to do that. So anyway, but you get the point. It's probably in here somewhere. I don't know why it's doing just that. But either one of these, you'd have to look through it and see which one it is. I'm not really sure. Because it's flipping the word, and I don't want to do that. You may have to go under and do something, or maybe you have to highlight the whole page. I'm not sure why it's doing that, but that's how you get in here to it. And you would take your screenshot and basically copy and paste it in here probably, and then you could work on it from there and make it how you want it to look. but that's how you get it in here into Paint.net to work on it. And so we're going to go ahead and go back to this folder, and we're going to show you how to do the My Desk one. So we're going to click on it, right click on it, edit with Notepad++. It says yes, we're going to look at it, and we'll go ahead and make this bigger. And as you can see, it starts out saying Jewel, which is the author, which is me, but what you're going to have here for you is going to be your name that you named your computer. So like if you named your computer your original name, or if you named it some just funny name, or whatever you named your computer when you got your computer installed and everything, that's what's going to show up here. So you can change that, just highlight over it. Don't erase these little greater than and less than signs, and then just type out what you want. In my case, I'm going to leave it as Jewel. So then once you're done with that, putting your name, click down here under this title area, and you're going to highlight this area, and then you're going to name it what your map name should be. Now when you made your map from the Giants editor, which is the Elm Creek map, until you edit it, you named it something. So what I just showed you at the beginning, where I was telling you to name it, you already named it something. My suggestion is to put that. So in my case, since this is just a test and not an actual map, I'm going to call it FS22 test map. And that's what we're going to put here. So FS22 test map. And that's good there. So now we're going to copy and paste this. So we're going to highlight it, right click, copy. Now we're going to bring it down here and do it here and paste it. Alright, and now we're going to come on down lower than that and come to this one and do the same thing, and don't take away the greater and less than sign, and you're going to paste it. Do the same thing here, paste it, and then on this one you can leave in part of this. It's going to say this is the, and you can put it after that or whatever, or if you want it to say this is FS22, so you don't have to add the in there, but don't take away the period. Go all the way up to there, right click and paste, and then on this one you can either just do away with it or leave part of it. I think I'm not sure, it's been a while since I even looked, but I think you would leave up till these two, and then just put your map name. So I think this one, I think is like the kind of sort of, I mean I'm probably saying it wrong because it's not written that way. This is obviously not my language, but you basically, I think, would get rid of this part but leave the period and then copy and paste, or you could just do away with the whole line if you want, but typically you want to have it where it's that's just my dog shaking off. You want to have it where it's going to be kind of saying what it is, you know, and obviously the map name's in English, so it's not really going to matter. And then once you're done with that, you're done with all these things. You've got your map named, and we'll show you in game that it will show up in game when I load into the game. But I got one more thing I'm going to show you, but we got to save it. So as you look, ignore all these. These are just old things I'm working on. This red little disc here is showing you that you haven't saved yet. So you're going to come over here to this blue disc and click Save. Now this one turned from red to blue, and it means you saved it. So you're good to go. And we're not going to do, like I said, the preview image yet, and that's what that's telling about. We'll do that later when we actually have stuff on the map and take a picture of it and what have you. So now we can go back to the area where we were, open this back up. Now we've already done the My Desk, we're good to go there. So now we're going to move on to the icon. Now right click on it, and we're going to open this with Paint.net. Once you get this open, if you want to make this personalized with your map name on it or what have you, because that's what you're explaining, it's the little icon that comes up in the game where all the mods and stuff go. Basically what you're going to do is come in here and click on the paint bucket, click on black right there. So you can either click on it from here, make sure it's the top one, or if it's not the top one, click this arrow thing and it'll flip it for you. Or if you have to, click down there, but typically you have it up here. And then you're just going to click that and you're going to paint it. And then you're going to come over here to the paintbrush and you're going to come up here to where the brush width is, and you're going to put it up higher, say like 20. And you're just going to get rid of all the white right there and make this black. And then once you do that, you're good to go and you're ready to make it whatever color you want. So once you do that, you're going to come over here and pick a color. Not really sure what color I want. We'll do blue, light blue, I guess. And then we'll come back over here and put it back on the paint bucket and click in it. And we got a blue background. So now we're going to come back over here and click on T. That's the text. And then we're going to come and pick another color. And I'm not even sure what color to pick. We're just going to do something wild and pick green, I guess. It's not, you can make it pretty or however you want to do it. You can also make a picture. If you have a screenshot, you can put it there. You just got to work it a certain way, but typically you're just going to put your name there, your map name there. So that's what I'm going to do just for this tutorial. You can put whatever you want there, basically, that you want to show up in the game when you're loading in. So we're going to click here. We're going to lower this down to whatever we think it should be, maybe 28, maybe. We'll see. That might be too big. And I'm just going to type out, oh, that's not going to be dark enough. Alright, let me type it in and we'll see. 22. So let me come over here. That's just my dog. Let's see. Purple, that works. Alright, purple works, and we could go a little tad bit bigger. Let me see, what was we on? 28. Let's go to 36. See if that fits. Barely. Alright, barely fits. Now we're going to go ahead and hit the enter key. Go to the next line, and we're going to just put the test map part here. I don't even remember if I had it in bold. In large print. Test map. Go back over here. Hit the arrow key. And then space it. Make it look better. Center it. You can drag it around. You can fix it however you want. Whatever you want to do. Just make it your own. Figure it out. You got all kind of options. You could do different colors. You could do a lot of different things. You can see what looks the best. You know, whatever's going to show up the best is what you're going to want to look for. And I think the blue was pretty good. So we're going to leave that. And we're going to hit save up here. Going to hit save. And you just click OK. And we're done with that. And we're going to go back and have a look at this area. And now you can see we have that. And if we did the picture one, we would have it showing us our picture. And we're done with everything, right? And then this is our map folder. If you click on it, double click, then there's your map there, and you got all your other stuff in here. So we're good to go with all that. So now we're going to open up the game and show you that those things are there now, because they weren't there, but now they should be there. Well, let's go see if they are. And remember, you have to have it in the mods folder. You have to have that map in here in the FS22 mods folder to work. So we're going to go to Steam and we're going to find FS22, click on it, and we're going to click play. Hopefully this works out right with OBS recording studio. Sometimes it makes it small when I do this, but we'll see if it works. Alright, we're loading up, trying to give it time. You can click on it to get through all this. I'm going to click on here, skip all that, get a new slot, click continue. Now we're going to look for it and see if it's here. There it is. Now that's the name we just put in there. If we did the preview, we would have our picture here. but we didn't. And this, see where we did it in that mod desk, we wrote that in the editor, the Notepad++, Farm Sim 22 test map. So that would be whatever you named it. If it was Jules Peaceful Valley, whatever you named it, Red River Forest, whatever. And then it says this is that. So if I said Jules Peaceful Valley, it would have said this is Jules Peaceful Valley. See? So that's how you get that in here so that you're ready to go. Now I'm going to continue so you can see the other one. Now if you'll come in here, look around, there's the blue one, okay? Farm Sim 22 test map. And then you'll have it checked because that was the icon for it, okay? So that's how you do it, and you can see that it worked because we're in game. So we're not going to do any, we're not going to go in game. It's just going to be Elm Creek because that was the map, that's the sample mod map. So we're going to back out and we're good to go. So we're just going to go on back out to get to the editor. Go ahead and quit. We'll just come back to the editor and talk. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. I hope that helps you. I tried to go slow enough where you can understand it. If you have any questions, you know, feel free to leave a comment. There's other things I'm going to be showing as I go. When you're in the editor part, let me briefly show you real fast. When you're in, let me find it, in the mods folder in the test map, when you're in here under the Notepad++, make sure you don't use an apostrophe or any of those little symbols in particular, because they don't, some of them don't work. Some of them do. Underscore, I believe, works, but other things don't. An apostrophe won't work. At least it didn't for me. So and then it won't show up. You won't know why. That was why mine didn't show up the very first time I did it. So I just want to give you a heads up so you don't panic when it don't work. You may have done something like put in a symbol that shouldn't be there. So don't use an apostrophe. But anyway, and make sure you save and everything. But I guess what we're going to do then, since we've done with all that, is call that episode here. This is our second step. These steps aren't necessarily the order you have to do it in. You could have waited till you finish the whole map before you do that. So this is just some way to do it to get it over with, get it done. And then of course the preview part you'll have to do when you do the work on the map to take a picture of an area that you like. So, but anyway, I'm going to call that an episode here. I hope you enjoyed. Please hit the like button, subscribe, turn on your notification bell if you want to receive a notification every time I post a video. Goodbye, everybody.